appreciate. But guys, our anniversary is on the not Nigerian for anniversary. You know that we're still in the anniversary year. Our anniversary is 5 days away. If you want to appreciate us, our wedding anniversary, right, is 5 days away. It's on the 14th. You want to appreciate, just slide into the DM and do it. Just saying, man. But I just had to say that. We really appreciate these words. Sometimes we can't put ourselves together when you hear all these things. I mean, look at all the callers saying the same thing. Victor will be the next call we'll take before we get to introduce our special guests in the studio.
What's up, Lagos?
Cheers to life.
Cheers to life. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Calling to my in-law. Although be my sister.
Welcome.
Well,
You guys are doing great.
Thank you.
thank you.
Hello?
Hello, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yes, like any other person who has spoken has said. Please, we would want to get together with you people. And it will really make our day. Other people have been doing series of things like that. Please try to do it. There was a time in Nigeria when what's the name of this lady that used to present program then? She's no longer in the station now.
All right.
We had a get together at Bodeto Mosque. All of us came together. That was where I got to know Chukwuebuka, the one I asked after him the other time. And nobody has told me anything about him still. Please, I would like you people to
have a get.
I'm inspired to know what about Chukwuebuka, and you still look into what I've just said. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Well, that's a good point to move on with the show and bring our special guest on the show today. This is What's Up Lagos with the Tekes. She's Andrea Odobi Teke.
And he is Collins. Teke.
Thanks for the prestige pause. Indeed, we promised you, and it's time to deliver our special guest on the show today. One man whose story, of course, is an inspiration not just to Lagosians, even though they call him Debola Lagos, but to millions, if not billions, around the world. Who are we talking about? We're talking about one man who, of course, was born in the 80s, a Nigerian media entrepreneur, journalist, political consultant, motivational speaker. He is Group CEO of Red for Africa. He is the co-founder and runs Red Africa. He's got multiple awards. I mean, where do we start from? Is it the Mandela Washington Fellow, or is it the 100 most influential people of African descent under the United Nations International Decade for People of African Descent, or is it the Archbishop Desmond Tutu Fellowship? I mean, what exactly do you want to talk about? I mean, all these put together plus, is an amazing personality. Joins us right now.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, the whole of Lagos, if you like, a standing ovation. We have the Debola Williams with us.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. It's good to be here. You guys, when you introduce me now, I hope that they will not be disappointed. He asked me a question and I know I said this guy who introducing. It's good to be here. Are you guys married?
Yeah, first real life couple to handle a live radio show. Yeah.
This is your husband packaging. You say to handle a black radio show. What the man is telling you is talking in global context.
Absolutely.
He's talking in American, in European, so carry this thing, put it anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
That comment fits in.
Absolutely.
In global conversation.
Absolutely.
Well done.
Thank you. And well done to you as well. You look well. You look good.
Thank God.
It's good to
It's
have
my wife.
It's money.
Sorry?
It's my wife. It's not money, it's wife. It's wife. Like he too is looking well.
Absolutely, I can't deny
That's the
that.
effect that we bring.
We agree.
Is the effect.
We no argue. Except when you argue with us.
Oh my God, that's true. I mean, you recently got married. I mean, how's this journey been for you? Just start
Great.
with
Thanks to God. Shout out to my wife, Kende.
Yeah. I'm hoping she's listening right now.
Well, I played for her. I guess.
let me record that moment so that I can go home and score some points and say, so we'll do it again.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
you can go ahead and give her a shout out right now.
Shout out to my beautiful wife. I call her the real life Barbie.
Oh.
She dreams glory.
Oh.
She's nobody's ex.
You know.
My baby girl.
Potatoes was
KD,
it?
the potato was his. And enemies was his.
That was it.
But we will continue to flourish.
You know.
Yeah, So shout out to my beautiful wife, KD. Debola Williams.
Wow.
KDW.
Nice.
Lagos.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a very beautiful place to start from. And but Lagos, our conversation here is themed African Power Girls.
Yes.
And that's exactly what the title of the recent book our guest release is.
And today we want to find out the inspiration behind this book. You see, a lot of women, strong women, their stories, their life stories, have been somewhat swept under the carpet for way too long. And we're having a new generation of girls who have no idea of this strong power woman. And this book is that one book that I have come across. And that book carries stories of these women of time past who have power, influence. And one way or the other, their stories have not been told. But this book actually does have their story being told.
Absolutely.
And it's written by our guest today, Debola Williams. And the title of this book is African Power Girls. So I would like to ask you, I know that we have shared a little bit of what might have inspired the book, but want to hear from you directly. What inspired this book?
It's interesting. This morning, I realized that it's the 7th birthday of my goddaughter, Elena. She's one of the 3 girls that I dedicated the book to. And Elena was the one who I actually wanted to read the book to first. So I had been interested in getting African storybooks into the hands of my godchildren generally, but particularly stories on great Africans, not just general African storybooks, but I wanted them because I believe a lot in role modeling. I grew up, under tutelage and watching successful people and learning from them. So it's what you know that you also kind of, teach other people. And I remember in 2018, I was holidaying in the US with Elena's family, my brother Martin's. And I wanted to get this book, this book about women that I could read to Elena and tell her that she has come from a lineage of great women. It's not that she will be great. It is that, listen, the line you come from as a Nigerian woman, as an African woman, there are women who do big things. There are women who break stereotypes, who crash ceilings, who move mountains. There are women who use, 10 naira to feed a whole nation. They turn water into wine. They're like, they have
Pretty
the
much.
power.
Yeah.
If you look at women and God, women are the only ones that God gave the power to create like Him.
Absolutely.
You understand? So they
Absolutely.
understand the blueprint of creation and they do
Absolutely.
it. And so I wanted to tell her those stories when she was young. This is very delicate, this part, this storybook.
Yeah.
Because the idea is to tell her the story when she was young, before the world put upon her different stereotypes. Before the world told her who she could be and what she could not become. I wanted her mind to already see possibilities. And so that was why. And I tried to find this book. I couldn't find one. Eventually, I got one in America that had stories of Maya Angelou, Rosa Parks, and co, which was great.
Yeah.
But I wanted women
At home.
Nairobi, the streets of Accra, from Senegal, women she could really connect with.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to write the book at home, print it out in my printer, staple it, and send to her, Farah, Grace, and then my nieces as well.
Okay.
And then along the line, I thought, you know what? Why not just make it a book and give girls around the world?
Wow.
And that's how I was born.
Wow.
So okay,
Such a story.
I mean, interesting story. So I can see this is volume 1. All right, that's to give an idea that perhaps you plan to take it and not have other ones. But so far so good. How How do you intend? What's the plan for the book? I know that you say you want to give every girl, you want to put it. What's the plan? It's like you want to have it printed and distribute it across Africa and have as many girls as possible. And how is it written? Is it setting age, or you talked about them getting it very young? Is that an age range? That the book is for, or it's just for any girl at all?
So target, we have done 6 to 13.
Okay.
But then as the book has come out, even the 16-year-old wants the book. The 4-year-old wants the mom to read, to her.
That's right.
So I think it's for every girl who will be an African power girl of tomorrow.
That's right.
And they need to hear these stories today. And the idea of the book is to distribute the books for free across the continent.
Wow.
So at the moment, we've been doing it in batches of 2,000 and we're distributing. We have our friends at Platform Capital, at MTN, at Amstel, at No Unilever, and Access Bank, who've paid. So I know I've dropped their names, but they paid, for free to get the books out for free.
Wow.
So we're doing copies up to hundreds of thousands that we intend to print and distribute across, but we're taking it in bits. At the moment, so that's the plan. The plan
That's
is to get that
beautiful.
across for free. And then at some point we also put it online.
Okay.
And just let it go out as well. And just as you mentioned, this is volume 1 because this captures women up to 1951.
Okay.
We're going to do the next volume that will capture women between 1951 and 1961.
Beautiful.
And then another one 1961 to 1971.
Nice.
Fantastic.
So when you were talking, some ideas were just coming to my head, So I'm one who's very big with literacy, and having a book club where girls can all sit and these stories are being told to them. And the beautiful thing about this is you are opening their minds to see possibilities.
That's
and that
right.
I must commend with this book, to see possibilities that if these women can do it, they come from my lineage. They come from, I look so much like them.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing is, even I learned a lot in the stories. I learned about passion, about greed. I learned about passion, about greed.
Yeah.
I learned about defying status quo.
Yeah.
And the complexities where we had a story of a woman who was married off at 13, but she still made great of her life.
Yeah.
We had another one who was about to be married off at 13 but ran away and still made great of her life.
Right.
So wherever you find yourself on the spectrum, either married off at 13 or went on to get an education. We had a woman in the book, Mama Nike Davis, who did not get formal education. But today she's the major curator of art in on the continent. With maybe one of the biggest galleries.
Yeah.
And she's not educated. Whereas there are also women there who are the first pilot Millicent to Bank from Ghana. Debola Jakai, the first psychoanalyst, in Nigeria. It's the women who are doing great things as well. So anywhere you find yourself on the spectrum, and that's the beauty of the book. It shows you that wherever you are good enough.
Yeah, you kind of like touched a bit on my next question, which has to do with you highlighting a few names and a brief about this story. I saw Ladi Kwali there.
Yes.
And I remember.
Potter.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember her on, is it
20 naira?
20 naira, absolutely. I remember
and
some.
her green and white.
Yeah.
So lovely.
I remember sometimes I was doing a game show on radio sometime, and I asked people who was Ladi Kwali, and everyone was, who was that? I felt really bad because like you have 20 naira, she's there, she's in the history, people, and you do not know. So I mean, what other inspirational figures, do we have in the book that kids should look forward to reading about the story?
I think all the stories really, Miriam Makeba excites me. Miriam Makeba had to do a lot of research. I realized how much she used her voice in the time of apartheid. And that is why, oftentimes we have to remind ourselves, people have a voice. That your voice is not your own.
That's right.
Your voice is for the voiceless.
Sure that.
And so as much as you can, from time to time, use your voice. Use your voice to actually
You look good, Ifoma. Anyways, we have to leave right now, guys. And you heard it.
The throwing shades at me.
I didn't mention that.
I will do you back. Sign out and get out of the studio.
Guys, the news coming up now. We're the Tekes. God bless you.
God bless our homes.
God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And thanks to our guest, Debola, for coming.